What's your thoughts on what we think we might hear, or what would you like to see from the Prime Minister this afternoon?
It's absurdity on top of farce, isn't it? The police are investigating things that are alleged to have happened, or almost certainly did happen when they were there. They're going to find out what they didn't do several months ago, and that's stopping Sue Gray giving a full report. I think that's an extraordinary and silly situation. There are two issues I'm interested in, really. One is, will the report show that definitively that the Prime Minister lied to the Commons? If he did, he should go and resign straight away. And then secondly, are the police going to retrospectively issue a notice on him and the officials who were at parties in Downing Street? Those are the two outstanding things that will have real impact. Politically, I think the Prime Minister is determined as much as he can to stay on. And I think the Labour Party should put down a motion of no confidence, which we'll lose because we haven't got the numbers, but he will force Conservative MPs to say whether they want to stick with a Prime Minister who is a serial liar as the most important politician in this country. When we're faced with possible war in Ukraine, we're still at the tail end of an epidemic. We've got inflation increasing and people being driven into poverty.
In saying that, I don't think Sue Gray, it's within her scope to decide whether the Prime Minister potentially broke the ministerial code. I think ultimately it'll be potentially up to the Prime Minister himself or Tory MPs to make that conclusion. Yeah, I don't think it's within her remit to reach that conclusion about whether he broke the code or not. But we'll see, and we'll probably not almost certainly see today, given how redacted I think the report will be, Graham. Just on this point, though, about public opinion, and also Tory MPs saying, well, you know what, actually, the anger's somewhat subsided. People have kind of fundamentally made up their minds. And that is why, to a degree, actually, the position of the Prime Minister seems slightly stronger than it did a couple of weeks ago, because Tory MPs seem to have concluded the public's not as concerned about this as initially thought. What's your sense from talking to your constituents?
Talking to my constituents, even those people who voted Conservative are sick of him, basically. They don't want a Prime Minister who has a reputation for lying. They've lost patience with him completely. The joke's worn thin. So I think they want him to go. In terms of Conservative MPs who I've talked to privately, they're unsure. I think his position amongst Conservative MPs, there is a limited amount of time that you can keep a furore going over these things. I think he is a bit more secure, certainly in the short term, with Tory MPs, but not with the public, and that's what the opinion polls show.